Hi Leo, welcome to your monthly reading for September 2020. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below. If this is about you and another person, this could resonate with theirs or your moon, rising, or Venus sign. Also, I hope the sound is improved. I've triple checked it. I think it's okay, so fingers crossed. All right, Leo. Leo for September. Okay. Two of Swords. That is the Queen of Wands. That could be Aries. Ace of Swords. Ace of Cups. Seven of Cups. King of Swords. That could be, I read that as Gemini. Two of Pentacles. All right. Here we go. Where's the little guys? There you are. All right. What's this? Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands. So you're in a, okay, let's say you're in a holding pattern right now, but what did you just walk away from? An Aries? You're setting something down. Why? It's this Ace of Swords. Two aces. Can't see that very well. Okay, two aces. What's this Ace of Swords for Leo? So we've got feeling a bit deceived. All right, so I think this is about you not interacting in a situation anymore. I think this is about you walking away, making a decision, at least, or a turning point for, I don't know, it could be an Aries, but it feels more like taking matters into your own hands and making a decision. Like you could bring this back, whatever this is, you could make it happen, and you're not. And I think that's a wise decision, honestly. It's more that you're going to decide to sit this one out. What's this Ace of Cups for Leo? Eight of Swords. Well, when you don't know what to do, you don't do anything, right? There's no fault in taking more time to think. And if it's like, oh, you got to make a decision now or you'll never get it, well, no. Don't do that. And shame on whoever's telling you that to pressure you into committing, because then they can forever go, well, you said, oh, really? What are you, 5? I mean, you know. So we got Ace of Cups, Eight of Swords here. I think this is about sitting and literally thinking and coming to clarity about something. We got two eights, walking away and needing time to think. And yeah, you're it's almost like you could be told that you're walking away from an opportunity. I think you need a break, and I think you need time to think and recoup. And I don't think you need to feel any fear or worry about what's going to happen if you're not in charge of this, or if you're not making it happen. Perhaps the fact that it doesn't happen is quite telling. If you're not at the helm and it doesn't happen, then maybe it doesn't need to happen. Maybe Leo needs a break. What's this Seven of Cups about for Leo? Ace of Pentacles. Good. And stop worrying. What's this King of Swords about? What's this King of Swords? Judgment. That could be, so this is Gemini. This could be Sagittarius, Scorpio, or Cancerian. So I think you've been kind of between a rock and a hard place, and it's been about you trying to keep something connected for fear of, if you don't it'll fall by the wayside, and then you're not going to get your needs met. It could, you know, consider that you aren't getting them met anyway. I think that there could be hanging on to something just because it's better than nothing. This is so often it's like people, you know, everyone can, I don't want to be judgy here, but it's almost like afraid to sit with how something feels or to think about something rather than there's fear of doing that rather than fear of continuing in an unhealthy situation. And I think it's, you know, it's easy for me to sit there and say that, right? Because I'm not in your situation. But I think this is about, on the one hand, knowing that you need to walk away from something that requires your constant effort and championing of someone's cause, or you making it happen for everyone because you have no time for yourself. So you're caught between that and feeling fearful or stuck. What's going to happen in regards to me, to who me and this person are together, that sort of thing. Like it could be a love life concern, or this could be fear about you. What does this mean for you if this love or this partnership or this job or whatever this connection is doesn't work out? And it could be that that's what's at the issue of you hanging on to something and trying to make something work that is not worth your time or effort. And that's the crux of it, is that there's perhaps feelings of self-worth, or, you know, you would feel alone if you didn't have this, perhaps. I hope this changes though, because we've got the Seven of Cups and the Pentacles here, which is basically no more feeling confused, no more feeling scared, no more. I think looking at the reality of the situation right here is going to keep you out of fantasy land about what the potential could be for something that is simply too much work. I think this might be about sort of romanticizing or fantasizing or being optimistic about something that doesn't warrant it. That saying, well, you know, if I give it 6 months, or if I, you know, maybe this or that. No, this situation, it doesn't look like deserves that from you anymore. And it could be that there's an unwillingness to accept that, because then what does that say about you and your choices? What does that say about you and being loved? Are you lovable? Or I'm never going to find someone, things like that. So anyway, just throwing all that out there. That's not a reason to hold on to something. And I know you know that. I feel like sometimes that might get overlooked because of possibilities, but it always ends up proving to be too great. So there's this walking away, but then when you start to get enough distance from it, it becomes really hard to sit and think and to accept the reality of it. So we go back into this whole fantasy thinking mode about what could be, about this future fake that you're doing to yourself. You know what I mean? Just saying. So it looks like you're not going to do that this time, though. That there's not doing that, but both are equally hard. Walking away could prove difficult, as well as accepting the reality of the situation and staying away, and also not letting that make you bad. Don't turn this into a failure on your part, or a rejection on your part, or, oh my gosh, well, what does that say about me? It doesn't. It says that you're human like the rest of us. You know, and that you've got to do what you've got to do. That's all it says. It doesn't mean that, you know, you're a this or a that just because you can't make something work. Because this feels like walking away from something that requires too much work. That would be your effort. And this is about sitting and thinking about it and standing your ground. And until you get that clarity. All right. Okay, so anyway, so we have the Seven of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. And I feel like this is you future faking yourself and trying to say, well, you know, now maybe, or kind of living in that sort of wishful thinking mode about future security, about feeling secure, because this is what you don't want to feel, right? This looks like it's fear about feeling like you're unloved. And so we go back, instead of dealing with that and looking at that, we go into fantasy land again. And it's like, nope, get right back to reality. Look at it realistically. We got the King of Swords here saying you need to understand this. Look at all that has transpired, all that's happened. Go back and review everything, and let that be what makes your decision. Let the past inform, you know, your future decision making here. You need to understand what's going on, not live in fear, not react out of fear, not immediately go into, well, it'll be okay mode. It's about looking at it realistically and acting accordingly on that. We got the Two of Pentacles here. All right. So this feels like after all of this, kind of you doing what it takes to get you to that space where you can think and sit and acknowledge some maybe uncomfortable truths or the reality of things. And it's okay. You're going to be adjusting. You're going to be looking at what was real and then looking at what wasn't, looking at maybe some fantasies and then looking at the reality. This is acclimating. This is kind of redefining reality. Not in the fantasy way, but just sort of going, no, now wait a minute, that wasn't true. This was the reality. Well, yeah, but then this, but yeah, but then this happened. So this is that whole, and this kind of, the Two of Pentacles, at least for me, more often than not, has a bent of someone being dishonest or there being some sort of illusion, like shady shenanigans sometimes. Like, look over here while this is going on. So this could be you really actively trying to dismantle that and not do that to yourself. Like, you really want to see, because this is, we got a couple eights here and then we got this Judgment. And this is you kind of wanting to be done with this type of situation. That it's like you're almost done. You're striving for that awareness. It's uncomfortable, but you're plowing ahead. You're really wanting to get to the heart of the matter, the truth of the matter. What's this Two of Pentacles? This could be a job. This could be a family member, romance. My default is to go to romance, but I just don't want you to sell yourself short. I don't want you to beat yourself up because you keep doing the same thing or because you feel like, well, at least this is better than being alone, because being alone means that I couldn't do it. Being alone means that I failed my relationship or it was my fault. It absolutely does not mean that. Okay, so we have the Knight of Swords here. That could be, I read that as Gemini. Okay, so this feels like you kind of adjusting to what you just did that is unexpected. What you just did that is putting yourself first. What you just did that is rogue or would not be expected of you. And you going, oh my gosh, I did it. I really did it. Oh my gosh, what now? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So this is you going against the grain and doing some bold, making some decisions, giving yourself time to think about something, and all in an effort to get yourself to a place where you can sit and think and balance opposing opinions or dismantle thinking that wasn't realistic, that wasn't helpful. So September is going to be you coming to terms with a situation that's been brewing for a while, needing to look at it realistically and taking some time out and time for yourself so that you can kind of get that self-love going again, you know? So you're going to be, this is going to be like a low-key month. You might be busy with work, but which would be good because you don't want that stinking thinking to set in, you know? But I think a lot of this examination thinking is needed so that you don't falter, and that you challenge these perceptions that could be quite debilitating for you, because what you need is compassion and love and kindness from yourself, not beating yourself up and pressuring you to continue to be involved with something that doesn't feel right, that is not for you, all of that. I think this is you coming, honestly, this is you. You're going to be like, for 2 weeks straight, it's going to be like, what just happened? What did I just do? Oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that. Holy cow. Okay. It's going to be, and not that you're going to stay stuck there because you're a Leo, let's be honest. But I think you might surprise yourself there. I think you might surprise yourself. Oh, I meant to do that. All right. Else for... That was going to jump. Two of Swords, just like we see here, that was going to jump. So not dealing with or interacting with a situation that was quite stressful, and just getting some time to be able to think about that, shutting everything down that's going to cause any kind of chaos or indecision or confusion, getting that time to think. Else for Leo. I'm sorry. It's never easy, is it? So that's why. That's why we've got this sort of walking away and then being like, oh, did I make the right decision? Because if you sit with how you feel long enough, it can hurt. It's painful. And this is you beating yourself up also. Don't do that. Don't do that. That keeps you from getting to the heart of the matter. Sitting with this and understanding it so that you don't continue to repeat it or to go back. So this is no self-blame, because blaming is a way of trying to control it when you self-blame. Because then if you can blame yourself, then you can also fix it. And you can also atone. No. Get out of that thinking and look at everything realistically. Else for Leo. Else for Leo. Yeah. Face your fears. Release the power of fear. Okay. So, yeah. It's hard to sit with finality of something, especially if it's painful, when you had so much promise and hope and really kind of built it up maybe to being something that it didn't deserve to be, or just wasn't there. A lot of times this is like the loss of a dream, because we fall in love with potential sometimes more than we fall in love with the person. There I go with my default again, talking about a relationship. This could be a job that it just didn't work out and you've got to, make some different situations. But this, honestly, this feels like a love relationship that has just become kind of a thing you do. It's not that the romance or the love or the passion is there. It's just sort of, if that wasn't there, there would be a void that perhaps would be kind of uncomfortable. So, yeah, okay. I feel like I'm losing my voice. Get some water. Leo. All right, Leo. Okay, so we've got 7 of Cups, which is right here. And then we've got, okay, so what is that? That's 9 of Swords on its side. So, okay, so you're starting to come out of it. You're starting to come out of it. You're starting to come out of that sort of fear-based thinking, or just like, I've got to do something about this. I've got to do something about this. Starting to come out of that, starting to see it for what it is. But I feel like this is also, this speaks to anxiety, and maybe you're still involved in a situation because you're worried about your own self-preservation or security. And that can also be, what's showing here is that you making some bold moves to where you're not dependent on that person or that situation for your survival or security or stability. You can create your own. And again, you might surprise yourself doing it, because it feels like you're sticking around for the wrong reasons. Could be security-based, could be feelings of self-worth and security. But that gets examined, and it looks like you're kind of breaking free of that, going against what you normally do, and sort of creating this new situation, this new way of doing things for yourself, and adjusting to that and being surprised by it and being all over the place, but you're doing it. All right. I hope this was helpful. I hope you surprise yourself. And please don't beat yourself up. This is all just growing pains. We all go through this. Okay. All right, Leo. I hope this was helpful, and I hope you take it easy this month. And I hope to see you in the next reading. Much love to you.